Hey everybody! So, this is a game I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I missed out on the Kickstarter because, honestly, I kind of forgot about it. I think it was on my list of saved projects and I just mind blanked. Anyways, this is Mind Management. It's a hidden movement game that also has some, like, Where's Waldo elements. We have our player screen that hides us so we can do our movements on the board, and it's actually kind of neat because, you know, we got some features here that's a little bit different. It's not symmetrical. It has a really interesting art style. I'm not sure if there's any secrets in this. Like, I feel like there's some type of secret stuff in here because there's a lot of secret stuff in this game that's not part of the game. Like, in the packaging, we have, like, some hidden text along the sides. I don't know if you can see it that well. But yeah, it's kind of odd to do that with the packaging. Even in the manual here, for the most part, it's kind of a clunky manual. I read it and got the gist of how the game works. But there's a lot of secret stuff in the artwork, I believe. I do like how there is a setup for the green part is when you set up your first game, and then you can play the regular game with the red stuff. It's not too complicated, but I think it could be clearer. But, like here, there's a bunch of weird hidden stuff all over in this manual. And I'm thinking that there's more secret stuff in the game. Box, just the packaging. I'm guessing Matt Kind is the guy who wrote the Mind Management series. And I'm guessing these are comics because they have ISB numbers. And just because of the art style. So here we have our hidden board for the player that is going around recruiting. And then, again, on one of the game pieces, it has this art that's part of the comic, I believe. These tokens are really interesting since you can write on them one side. Green side's confirmation, and the white side is basically like a reminder, clue, and they're limited. But basically, they're writing down times of where you might have been and what you've been doing. Here's the main board, which is like the smaller board. But this one's actually kind of neat because there is a comic on the back. It's pretty interesting. And then you can see there's 4 panels. It says Mind Management Files 3, 4, 1 in the corner. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all part of this. So there's a bigger story going on here. From the gist of the game, what I got, you're wandering around this map recruiting people, and they have to basically match icons on the location, have to match who you're looking for. And then here on the side, we got this little key here that's really helpful. And then down here, we have the timer side. So we start here at the bottom, and then we go up. After 14 to 16 turns, if you successfully recruit or not have been caught, you win. But also, the enemy is going to be recruiting, and they're going to do the same thing. And what they're really doing is just chasing you around, trying to block you off. You can only move one space, or you can only move basically in straight lines. At the temples, you can go diagonally. What did I do with this board piece right here? So on this board is where the main player is going to write who's hidden. You're going to write a number. You're going to write where you start. But every time you move, you write a number, and you can't go back to that location. So the enemy has to track you down, cut you off, and block you. The only way you can move diagonally is if you're at a temple. There are certain movement effects that do that. For the most part, you're going to be here, like, you start here, then you can move up, down, left, right. Or if you have a special ability, you can move up to 2. I think in the advanced rules, you can jump somehow. But then you move over, you wander around. And what they're going to do is they're going to have these 4 guys running around trying to block you off and find stuff. But they're also going to be recruiting people, and they're going to be recruiting based on their location. So you're going to get 3 cards, and if they have the item at your location, you can collect people, and when you hit your goal, you win. So I thought that was an interesting part of the game. We do have these stands, these black ones. I believe these are for the immortals, as they call them. We have our people that we're recruiting. And then the white stands, I believe, are for the agents. So this is our starting deck. I haven't opened it yet because I actually want to be surprised by this game because there's supposed to be really a lot of stuff going on in the game. It's not quite a legacy game and it's not quite a campaign game, but it has elements, and they call it the shift system. So every time you lose as either the rogue agents or as the recruiter, you get to open one of these boxes. And of course you have to go 1 through 7. What it does is, it does some weird modifications to the game that help you who've lost, and it changes some elements in gameplay. I haven't opened any of them yet because I haven't played the game. Also, again, we have some more hidden messages in the corner of the box here. There's some down here. So, I thought that was pretty neat. We do have 2 pens, baggies, and we do have this really weird red lens that I think is used for decoding. It's just a red filter, but I'm surprised they didn't give you a blue one, just to offset. So I don't know if that's part of the secret. I thought this was plastic at first completely, but it is just a cardboard ring with some red cellophane in it. But as you can see through it, and you can use it to decode stuff. So, I guess spoilers here. You can use this red lens here. And it says this was simply the first test in a battery of exams contained within this box. Proceed with caution. So I'm not exactly sure what else this is, but I feel like there's a lot of secrets in the manual, in the game box itself, and the game pieces, especially in these deck boxes, that are going to basically tell you the story. There's also a real neat thing is, so there's a little mini comic in each one according to the manual, and you can reseal these back up. So that's actually really nice that you can actually kind of make a campaign out of it. On the plus side, if you flip it over, there's supposed to be like a checklist that tells you what's in the box. And you can mix and match components. You can do a really cool bidding system of how many boxes you're going to use. So there's a lot of really cool ideas in this game. And I've been looking forward to this game for a long time. I missed out on the Kickstarter, and I heard great reviews about it. So I finally found it at my local game store. I think I paid $50 some odd for it. I got my discount as usual. And even this board says this. I'm not sure if it's talking about the game pieces or it's physically talking about like some secret on this board. I don't know. In fact, there might be a blue lens included in one of those tuck boxes that they call the shift system. So that's really cool. So this is Mind Management. I'm going to get a few games of this down. Also, if you've noticed, picture quality is a lot better. I got a new camera. So no more me using cell phones. I am going to actually be able to properly record gameplay because that's been one of my issues. I do have a few other videos of gameplay recorded already. And they're really hard to see, so they're basically just going to be me paraphrasing. So look forward to future videos. Overhead assembly, better lighting, maybe better audio. I don't know how it's going to sound on this camera. But I picked up a Sony ZV-10E, and supposedly it's perfect for vlogging and making YouTube videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed the look into Mind Management. I know it's kind of old, and I'm really late to the game on it. But I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I hope you come back to my review, gameplays, and all my other stuff I put on my channel. But if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, like, leave comments, and tell me what you want to see me do in the future. Other than that, GG everyone, and take care.